What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Saitama here. Back over here up in New York at the local. Ran Chaos Dragons for the box tournament, going defeated the same deck I ran in my regional back in Sunrise, Florida. My boy Matrix wanted me to do a deck profile of the deck since I've been slacking on it on my own YouTube channel. So here it is. Basic standard Chaos Dragons. You have the BLS, 2 Chaos Dragons, 2 Chaos Sorcerers, 2 Card Troopers.
DT's better.
3 Effect Veilers.
OT's better.
Sangan and the Tour Guides. This is my girl's bad. You got 3 Raikos.
You can ask him.
3 Lilas.
I mean, not right now, like later on.
For the 3 Veilers, basically just that you need them for Inzectors in the mirror match, and this deck they can play 3 Veilers very well. It helps out a lot.
Against all our decks too, like Dino Rabbit or Warner.
For normally Gores, everyone plays Gores. I love Dragon Gores. Basically, it gives me another security blanket when I basically when you mill the Gores, they be like, okay, I'm gonna go ham. A lot of people do that, and they have nothing to fear. That's why I have Trag as a backup, and the same thing vice versa. And plus, Trag is up good in a mirror match because you just take just your stuff for their stuff. And then for the Dragons, you have 2 Eclipse Wyverns, 3 Light Pulsars, 2 Dark Flares. I only run 2 Dark Flares because I'm sick and tired of having a handful of boss monsters or mini boss monsters and you can't do nothing with them. So Dark Flare going down to 2 is a lot better since my hand consistency is a lot better. 2 Red Eyes and the Dark Arm. Very standard 30 monster count. Then for the traps, for the magics you have Future Fusion, Monster Reborn, Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, Charger Light Brigade, Mind Control. Mind Control is a personal attack of my choice. I love it. Many times at the regional and local, people make Thunder King, Steel Storm Roach, and they basically say, okay, cool, you can't do nothing, I'm gonna hold you back. Thunder King, basically, I just take their Thunder King, go off. Take their Roach, go off. In a mirror match, take Red Eyes, take anything, just go off. Basically, this card basically gives me so much help in a mirror match and against even when they have a Reaper face down. Or I go Tour Guide, they have their own Sangan. I go Tour Guide, they Veiler, cool. Mind Control, take your Sangan. This card's is really phenomenal. I still don't understand why a lot of people are not running it, and people hate on it a lot. They have the one to learn. From my point of view, I main deck 2 MSTs because I know a lot of people know that Chaos Dragons is going to be a hard matchup, and I want to be ready for a Macrocosmos and Skill Drain since those cards really hurt the deck a lot, and I don't want to go against the deck, go against people with basically with no help, relying on Raikos and Lilas, and they have Skill Drain or Macro up, and then you're like fuck. And then you got the 3 soul recharges. For now, it's just like this, 42 deck count. I might end up changing the soul recharge and the alert for something else. Then for the extra deck, I ran the 3 synchros, Army Arm for the BLS Army Arm loop, or just basically Army Arm and a monster, Brionic, and Black Rose. I don't run Arcanine Magician or Tempest Magician, because I don't really have the space for it a lot, and I don't really go to the 8th anything. I'd rather have Chaos Sorcerer sit there and have them deal with it. Then you have the 1/5 God. Then for the XCs you have Leviathan Dragon, Giga Brilliant, Zen Mains, Levier, Acid Golem for the 3 stars. Then for 4, I only order 1, which is the Queen. Only because she's a dragon, she gives me another, brings back Dark Flare, Dragon, Light Pulse from grave, remove them, go for Red Eyes, and basically a lot of secure plays. And I can bait out Veiler with her. Also, when my opponent goes Thunder King, I go Summon Lila, pop the pop the back row, Mind Control, make Queen. Now for the big XCs, you got the Force Focus, Exabeetle, Photon, Atom, and Gaia Charger. I run Atom because in the mirror match, you take the Light Pulsar, you go Atom, go into a Red Eyes, you proceed to make the same ridiculous plays, or if you side into to Drago, you make Light Pulsar, Light Pulsar, Atom, go Drago, overlay for Gaia Charger, and then press over for game without fearing anything. It's basically taken from the something from Heretics and just putting it into Chaos Dragons. I ran this deck at the Sunrise Regional. down in Florida, going X1, losing to Mr. Fredella in the final countdown.
And I want to see what it looks like.
And I ended up going 3rd place overall, going against 2 Inzectors, 1 Heroes, 1 Scrap, 1 GBs, and on final countdown, going 7-1 in the matchup. Today, the local over here in Zombie Planet, New York, I go 5-0, going against Chaos Stun, Dino Rabbit, Chaos Dragon's mirror match, then into wind-ups, and then into Chaos Stun again in the last matchup for undefeated stats. And that's basically it. Add me on YouTube, Saiteno, and thank you very much for watching.
Wait. Not too fast, sir. Not too fast. Okay.
Alright.
So what makes you deck different from the rest of other decks, other cast dragon deck?
One is that I main deck Trego and Mind Control. Those 2 cards single-handedly give me an advantage. Because if they try to press over me, I go Trigo. I go Trag, pitch my monster, take your monster. Then I go Mind Control, take your other monster. I can then make plays like that, giving me extra insurance. And basically, I try to survive more than pressing for game. Because if I can survive, I can press. That's my philosophy with the deck.
And why do you only run 2 red eyes?
Only 2 red eyes because 3 is a little OD. You don't want to like have a handful of red eyes and you can't do nothing, or a handful of dark flares and you can't do nothing. It's like the cards are good, but overall, if you can't shoot for them or don't have the light and darkness in play, or the dragon on the field, they're gonna be dead in your hand, and your opponent's gonna keep pressing over you.
And did you and your team come up with any new combo that nobody knows?
As of right now, for the Chaos Dragon deck, no. For Rabbit, yes, and we're gonna be showing up in Nats with it. Hopefully, we do good with it. Hopefully, it gives an advantage, because when it comes to Nats, advantage is key, any way possible.
And is there any new tech call and new call that you try to come up that way you can surprise people at the national where they think that it's a Chaos Dragon, so it's the same old deck, 30 monster, 10 magics. Do you guys want to come up with something different to surprise people?
Actually, like, when it comes to Chaos Dragons, it's very, very standard. It's like, if anything, maximum I've seen like 3 to 4 card difference. People aren't honest. People are starting running card destructions over in other nats, and the deck is very, very rigid and standard that if you diverge in any way possible, you're hurting yourself because you're not doing the same thing the deck does. And I can't really diverge that much other than any MSCs, so I make sure I have a good match against everything but the mirror. And so, because of mirror, I'm just trying to basically hope that they can't kill me, and I try to outplay them and press, like, give them a sense of security that, oh, he has nothing in hand, press, Gore's Trag. But a good player won't really run into that, and that's what I'm trying to hope for. I can just basically have the Trag and Gores, and hopefully they can't kill me. That's
so
what it basically is.
basically just hope for the best, right? Because if
In a mirror match, you hope for the best.
but even so, when people use against you, a different deck against you, they know the basic combo of your deck already. So they may just for you as a Chaos Dragon player, you just hope that what works best, right?
When it comes to anything but the mirror match, people know the deck so much that they make standard plays. When your opponent makes standard plays, you know standard plays to counter them. So basically, you're at an advantage. So if they go basically in a rabbit matchup, okay, rabbit, gold Dulka, set 2 backwards. Okay, the backwards either gonna be a Macrocosmos or not. That's why I made the MSCs, so I can go so I can hit the back rows, summon Lila, okay, negate, cool, and my turn. If they don't have another rabbit, they're gonna press me, and I'm gonna bait out everything. I'm gonna bait the Dulka to negate itself.
Do you consider your deck to be somewhat autopilot, almost same as Dino Rabbit?
No.
Why?
No, actually, this specific plays make people think that the deck's autopilot when actually the deck's very intricate. A lot of decks are intricate. Basically,
So what kind of play that does not make it autopilot?
okay, in the mirror match today, my opponent goes Red Eyes, Light Pulsar, BLS.
Okay.
I took the damage from the Red Eyes, and then on the BLS, I took the damage, drop Trag. With cards in hand, Light Pulsar can kill me. So from there, I had to figure out a way to deal with all 3 of those guys. So with the combo of Trag and Mind Control, like I've said before, I basically go Mind Control, take their BLS, remove Light Pulsar. Now I go pitch Red Eyes, take Red Eyes, use the effect, and remove that Red Eyes, get my other cards, and basically press them back. Like the deck's very intricate. When people put stuff on the board, you have to deal with it. and nothing's really standard. I mean, nothing's really autopilot. You have to make certain plays accurately. If you don't, you lose.
So, okay. Different question. What is your worst matchup for this deck wise?
A deck that can make macro and skill drain and
So-
Necro Valley. Those are. It's not
So basically, it's like either Great Keeper or Malefic Stunner deck.
Yes. After the regional, I went against a guy who's running Malefic Stun, Malefic Skill Drain, Necro Valley Junk, and that shit just 2-0'd me easily. No side deck just 2-0'd me. I can't deal with the Necro Valley. When I deal with the Necro Valley, he has a Skill Drain, and I'm like, fuck. I deal with the Skill Drain, I still have the Necro Valley there. So, like, basic Gravekeepers, Rabbit are hard matchups if they go first and they open strong as hell. You have to basically hope that you open stronger.
And what is your easy matchup?
Anything that's not meta.
Okay.
It's basically a clean sweep against them.
Last question. Seeing you are going to the national this summer, did you or your team consider change anything to the deck too, or just going call for
We're
call?
going to be changing the deck before right before next. We've already been making the testing and everything for it. We're going to be making the changes. And I don't want to state it out, even though people already know that what changes are to be made already.
And do you want to give your shout out to your friends that
Yeah,
in
make a
Florida?
team. Shout out to my team down in South Florida. Team Bombed, Builders of Mass Destruction, and anybody else watching it. Just follow me on YouTube, Sytano, SYTANO, and hope for the best of nationals and do good.
All right, and thank you very much.
Anyways, it's different. It's different.
Son,
This is copy behind the scene. Continue your story.
Now it's done when they.
I know!
You're a clown, that's why. And Rabbit.
they're not.
Somebody's going to be embarrassed after this video.
I don't really care. A lot of people say like decks are autopilot. They're not. It's only autopilot because you can't do nothing against it, and you see the same play over and over again.
Behind the scene.
When a deck makes standard plays, you should be able to counter it because you know what's coming up next. You know if they make this, they have this. If they do that, they have this. That separates between the good and bad player. That separates between the good and bad player.
You playing windups, right?
Yes.
They loop you.
Okay, that's different.
That's
You
That
can't.
plays itself, right?
Huh?
That plays itself, right?
Yeah. But okay,
You're
look,
looping
hold
with
on.
red eyes, and I'm like, pulse.
Now,
That's a loop. That's a loop. No, that's a loop.
Let me ask you something.
But then,
Let me ask you
it's not a
something.
loop. Okay, when you just throw
But then when you veiler them, while they're making the loop,
that's different. If you
And then-
veiler a rabbit, it's different.
Okay,
If you
hold
veiler
on.
windups, it's different.
if I veiler, my opponent's in the proceed of making a loop, I veiler them at the right time, which hopes I cripple them. They go, okay, cool. My onto summon, reveal shard. They proceed to loop, or they make Levier, proceed to loop. Do you not see there's intricate plays that if you have an answer to it, they have an answer
So
to that?
harassing. So you're trying to say harassing ain't
Harass in America are very, very intricate. They have good plays. In Japan, they're not because you go double red eyes, a Tom Charger, bam, the Gustav Max game. That's very
That's
very
their push.
Okay, but then listen. Now, if somebody goes, they are to my Tom.
Yeah.
No.
We don't got that. We don't got doing it. We're gonna go to a Charger, or we're gonna remove from red eyes.
Remember where I got the triangle at?
But it's not the same thing as autopilot.
But that's autopilot?
It's not autopilot.
Okay then.
But you're trying to say it was autopilot.
No, he did. He said
I
it
said in
wasn't.
Japan it's autopilot.
No, you said it.
Because
No, he did say Horizon in Japan or autopilot. He did.
I did say Horizon in Japan is autopilot. The reason why, because they make the same standard play, and after the play is stopped, they will try it again afterwards, because that is their OTK. And if you can't deal with the riders on the board, they will do it again. And if you can't deal with that, they're gonna do it again. If you deal with it, they're gonna find another way to make Gustav Max with Trag and Red Eyes and push you again.
I don't see none of that. I think it's just gonna. I think.
Because you okay, literally.
I know. You see the same thing over and over again, so it makes it seem like all right, it's played itself. But no, if let's say I distract that play,
Yeah, if you
you're
just
gonna do the same thing over again.
in a different way.
But it plays itself because you have to go to that way.
How is it playing itself?
You cannot win. You cannot win.
If you're doing it a different way, that means it's not playing itself, Jose.
If I go,
What are you talking about?
Look, if I go from A to B,
We can argue
in a
outside.
straight line, okay? Now you say, okay,
listen to the song.
here's a blockade.
We can argue
I
outside.
can't go A to B from a straight line anymore. I have to go around. Is that standard?
No.
Okay then. Is that an intricate play?
Yes.
Okay then. Is that autopilot?
No. But listen, I'm trying to tell you. Let me tell you something.